So I just wanted to do a little recording quick. I had picked up Octavia, which is one of the newer frames. It's a music frame, which I dig that. I'm a music guy, I like that. But some of the powers are kind of interesting. One of the powers is basically a drum line, and I made the drum line here. I set that in the options for the Manticore. So it's like, duration based like a lot of the abilities are in this game. So it plays that basic drum line or whatever. That's kind of cool. And it does damage to enemies in this area, yada yada. Kind of cool. And then there's another ability where I can cast a little roller ball. And it does like the bass line. Just playing a simple bass line. I threw that together too. Very basic. Nothing fancy or special by any means. But it's cool. It like attacks and does damage to enemies, and on top of that, it'll carry the first ability around with it, which is kind of cool. So it will move the area effect and deal damage to all the enemies around. So that's a kind of a bonus. Also, just to mention it, Octavia kind of has the speakers in her, which is cool, and then like kind of the conductor, like the marching band conductor hat, like coming up with the fray in front. I kind of felt like that was an homage to that, if you will. So on to the third ability. The third ability kind of ties all of them together here, and I'll show you. It's this metronome, grants a buff. If I jump in time, it gives me a speed buff. If I crouch and beat, it gives me a visibility buff, and if I shoot and beat, it gives me a multi-shot buff. So it's kind of a cool thing. You can kind of get all the buffs while you're doing it just from hopping around and playing the beat. So here's 3. So I can kind of jump around with it, and I made this beat again, like I say. And you can kind of shoot with it too, and you kind of get these buffs, and same with the crouch. So like you get these buffs. It wasn't really showing me invisible, but it's because of the mode I'm in. So, but they all overlap too, so you can kind of like I said, cast the one and cast the second one and then cast the third. And that is how you play Smash Mouth in Warframe.